Hello everyone. Thank you for spending time with me at the Solo Gamers Club. This is Keith, and tonight we're going to continue with our playthrough of A Touch of Evil 10-year anniversary edition. At present, the shadow track is at 5, so we are going to have to get moving towards our final confrontation with the Necromancer. We have managed to purchase a layer card, and that is going to be at the covered bridge. But we have a few other things we have to accomplish before we bring the Necromancer to a showdown. Namely, we have 2 of our characters have less than 8 combined spirit and cunning, and that would be Adriana and Jack Fellows. We need to boost them up to at least 8 total. Otherwise, the Necromancer's sorcerer ability will kick in, and that's going to make our lives more difficult in the showdown. We also have a few damaged characters. Adriana is carrying 1 wound, and Jack Fellows is carrying 2, so we need to take care of that. Our first player is Victor Danforth. He's at the manor, and he's going to make a roll for move. All right, Victor has rolled a 3, and I think we'll move him to the church. All right. And Victor is going to encounter the space, and the church offers him the ability to draw an event. And he draws the event just a scratch. Prevent 1 wound that a hero, town elder, evil elder, or villain is about to take. And the flavor text is, I've had worse. Okay, we'll add that card to our tableau of events. Victor has 6 investigation, and I think he's going to spend 2 of those, and we'll try to train his spirit at the church. Victor's honor level is a 3, and he gains 1 honor for strength of courage that he has. So he'll be rolling 4 dice for the test. Here's the roll. And he has 1 5, so that's going to earn him a +1 to his spirit. That is great. So that moves Victor up to 5 spirit, and we'll move on now to Adriana, the foreign traveler. She is on the coast board. All right, Adriana is at the town square. She's rolled a 4 for movement. She has a horse. That'll give her +1. That gives her 5 move. She has 1 wound, and I think we're going to move her to the beach, and she can use the widow's cottage to heal a wound there. She's going to encounter the space, and then we have to draw a Tidewater Village encounter card for her. She draws the card Break in the Clouds. Village encounter, recovery. Beams of sunlight break through the heavy clouds. A good omen, to be sure. You may heal 1 wound and draw an event card. That is great. And that 1 wound will completely heal up Adriana, and now she'll draw an event. She draws the card Militia. Play immediately. Place a militia marker on any named space on the board. Limit 1 militia per space, and we're going to place that at the covered bridge. That is where our layer card is, and so that will give us the ability to get a militia into the final battle. So we'll place it there. So that'll complete the activation for Adriana, and we'll move on to Jack Fellows, the privateer. He is at the blacksmith. All right, Jack has rolled a 3 for movement, and I think we need to get him to the doctor's office. The problem is Jack only has 1 investigation, so he'll only be able to heal 1 point, but it's better than nothing. So we'll move him to the doctor's office, and then he's going to interact with the space, and he'll start out with an event draw. And he draws the event, Shocking Discovery. Choose a town elder with 1 or more unrevealed secrets. Reveal 1 of those secrets. Gain 2 investigation if it is a little secret, or a 4 investigation if it is anything else. Or play as an action to automatically collect any investigation in your space without having to make a test. All right, well, we'll take that card. And then Jack is going to use the heal ability at the doctor's office to spend 1 investigation to heal 1 of his wounds. He's still carrying 1 wound right now. There's not much we can do about that until we get some investigation for him. So that is going to bring his turn to a close. And we'll move on to Lucy Hanbrook. She is at the monastery. All right, Lucy is at the monastery. She's been joined by Magistrate Croft, and until that shadow track moves into a different stage, he will accompany her. She's rolled a 5, and I think we're going to move to the inn, and we'll check out the inn. So both of them are going to move to the inn, and the text there says, before encountering, gain 2 investigation or heal a wound, and she'll take the investigation. She draws the card, Abigail Stern, ally, female, occult. It's going to give Lucy an extra health box and +1 to cunning. That is awesome. The text reads, I've read about something like this before. It's not good. Okay, so she's going to gain Abigail Stern as an ally. So we'll put out the Abigail Stern marker with Lucy to remind us that we have that character as an ally. And that's going to bring Lucy's activation to a close, and we'll move on to the mystery phase. We'll begin the mystery phase with moving the minions, and we have one at the abandoned keep, and he'll lumber closer towards the town center. Now the eruption of the dead will occur. That's special ability from the Necromancer. Now we're in the red area of the shadow track, and that ability allows him now to place 2 Walking Dead during this turn. And we'll draw 2 layer cards to place them. One of them is going to appear at the shipwreck, and another at the monastery. So we'll place Walking Dead in those locations. Now we have to make our cooperative mystery phase chart roll. Here is the roll. The result is 95, so let's look that up. 95 is murder. Murder! Draw a random location and place 3 investigation there. Move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. This counts as though the mystery card murder has been played for villain abilities. All right, so we have to get a random location to see where this is happening at. The random location is going to be at Smuggler's Cove. All right, so let's go to Smuggler's Cove. All right, Smuggler's Cove already has a haunting there, so we're going to place 3 investigation. The shadow track is going to move 1 space down the track. That's going to move it to 4. We've crossed into a new stage, so the villain is going to gain a +1 combat marker, and Magistrate Croft is going to leave Lucy and return back to his normal position. We can rehire him for 4 investigation. That extra +1 combat will move the Necromancer's combat up to 8. Now he has a special ability called Zombie Plague. Anytime a mystery card murder is played, roll a d6. On a roll of 4+, put a Walking Dead at the same random location as the investigation. Okay, so we'll make the roll. Result is a 2, so no Walking Dead will appear. That is great. All right, the next step is to draw a mystery card. And the villain draws the card Blocked Road, Mystery Obstacle. Draw a random location and place the blocked road marker in any one empty adjacent road space of your choice. Move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. All right. Shadow track is now at 3. And the roadblock is going to appear at the fields. All right, we'll place a roadblock at the fields. And that's going to bring the turn to a close. We'll move our first player marker to Adriana, and we'll start another hero turn. All right, Adriana is completely healed. She has a total of 5 investigation, and she's currently at the beach, so we'll have her make a roll for movement. And she's rolled a 6. So we have to decide if we want to stay in the town of Tidewater or start heading back towards Shadowbrook. Victor Danforth is in Shadowbrook and he has 4 investigations, so he would be able to set off the final showdown at the covered bridge if he chooses to do so. So I think we'll leave Adriana where she is in the coast area. Now we could move her. She's got 6 movement points. So, and she has a horse, so that gives her a total of 7. I think what we'll do is this. I'll have her spend 3 movement points to move into the icy waters. She can take 1 investigation from that. She'll spend another 2 to move into the docks. That's 5. And then she will spend 1 more to move into the town square. All right. So Adriana is at the town square, and she has to start out by, before she encounters the space, we have to draw a village encounter card for her. And she draws the card, Fresh Supplies, Village Encounter. Tidewater gets shipments of supplies every day from outside of town. This may seem a luxury until you discover that water sours and food rots daily in the dark of night here. Every hero in a Tidewater town space gains 2 investigation. That's great. She'll gain 2 investigation. And I think Adriana is going to do a little shopping at the stores in the town square. She has a total of 8 investigation. Adriana is going to purchase a compass. That's going to cost her 4. It's going to give her +1 to cunning, which is going to help her in that spirit and cunning combination that she needs to increase up to 8. Right now that would move her to 7. It also says may add +1 to your move. So we'll give her that. She has to preserve enough investigation to pay the cost for the showdown. So that's why we're only purchasing the compass. And that's going to bring her activation to a close. We'll move on to Jack Fellows. And Jack desperately needs some investigation. So I think he's going to have to try to attack one of these 2 walking dead in the area. Now, unfortunately, he has 1 wound right now, and that's not real great. We'll make a roll for movement and see what he's got. All right, he's rolled a 2, and I think we're going to try to take out the walking dead down the path. We'll move him down here, and he's going to confront the walking dead with a combat. All right, Jack's combat is a 3, and he has the pistol, which will give him +1. The problem is we have the remains in play card, a chill wind, which all heroes are -1 fight dice. So that means that Jack is going to be throwing a total of 3 fight dice. The Walking Dead have 4 fight dice. Now Jack has the ability of Duelist, and he can re-roll all of his missed 2 hits, which is great. So we'll give 4 red dice for the Walking Dead, and we'll give those a roll. I'm going to check the event cards and see if there's anything we can use to boost Jack's combat ability. Well, there are some defensive cards that we might need to play. We'll see what happens. We'll start with the first round of combat. Now, the Walking Dead only hit on 6s. All right, Jack has 1 hit. Walking Dead have scored 1 hit. And let's see if we can... First thing is Jack is going to use his Duelist to re-roll the 2 misses. He has no additional hits, so at this point, each one is going to gain a wound. I think Jack is going to use the card Just a Scratch, and that will play to prevent 1 wound. So, in that case, Jack has 1 hit on the Walking Dead, and we'll mark them accordingly. All right, we've marked them, and I think we're going to try another round. Here is Jack's second round of fight. And this time he's rolled 1 hit. Walking Dead have no hits. Jack is going to use his Duelist to re-roll the 2 misses. And maybe, with a little luck, he can take these things out. He has no additional hits, so we'll increase the Walking Dead's wounds up to 2. And he still needs 2 more to take them out. All right. All right, Jack has 2 health boxes remaining, so he's going to stick it out. He needs to try to win this. We do have a few cards here we can use as defensive cards. So here's the roll. Oh boy. Walking Dead have 2 hits on Jack. That's not good, and he has none. He'll use his duelist ability and re-roll those. And he has 1 hit that time. All right, Jack is going to have to play an event card, and I think he's going to use this Ritual of Protection. Play during a fight round to make a Spirit or Cunning 4+ test. For every 4+ rolled, gain 2 investigation and prevent up to 1 wound. And that's what we'll do. So, Jack's current abilities are... He has Spirit 4, -1 is 3. His Cunning is 4. He'll use Cunning. So he'll make 4 dice roll. He has 1 hit now, so far. And we'll see if we can, for every 4+ we roll, we can prevent a wound. Here we go. And he's rolled 1 success, so that'll wipe out 1 of their hits. Jack's going to gain 2 investigation. And then he's going to take a hit, and the Walking Dead will take 1. And I think Jack's going to try to stick this out. We need to win this, and I hope he can just get 1 more hit without taking 1 himself. So he'll roll 3. Walking Dead will roll 4. Here's the roll. And he has 2 hits. He's done it. The Walking Dead have none. So Walking Dead are killed. And Jack is going to gain 3 investigation. That is great. It moves him up to 5 investigation. All right, Jack has the option of spending 3 investigation to heal 1 of the wounds, but we could accomplish it more efficiently at the doctor's office. So I think we will wait for that. That'll complete Jack's activation. We'll move on to Lucy Hanbrook. She's at the inn. All right, Lucy and her ally Abigail are at the inn. And we'll have them make a roll for movement. All right, Lucy rolls a 5, and I think we'll try to move to the bog, and she can collect that investigation there. So they'll spend 2 movement points moving into the bog. Her first action will be to take the 2 investigation, and that'll move her up to a total of 6. No, I was right the first time, 7. Okay, now she has to encounter the space, and she'll have to make a roll to see if she gets an event or a mystery card. Result is a 1. Well, it's going to be a mystery card roll, or draw, but I think she's going to use this card, a Skilled Hand. Play on any hero once per game round, or Showdown fight round. That hero may re-roll any 1 die they have just rolled, remains in play. So we'll tip the card, it's been used, and she can re-roll that result. She rolls a 6, so we're going to get an event card. That's great. And she draws the event, Avenging the Fallen. Event combat. Play during a fight round to gain +2 fight dice for each dead town elder, not evil elder, and each hero that is currently KO'd. Or play when a hero is KO'd during a showdown. All other heroes are +2 fight dice until the end of the showdown. That's pretty good. So that's going to complete Lucy Hanbrook's activation. We'll move on to Victor Danforth. He's at the church. All right, Victor Danforth has 4 investigation, and he's rolled a 4 for movement. And he really does need some kind of a weapon. To have any, he's only going to be rolling 1 die in the showdown, so that's not so good. We need to preserve 2 investigation for each of the characters so that they can participate in the showdown. We're at a shadow track level of 3, so that could happen at any time. And I'll have to think about what to do with Victor. I think I'll send Victor to the abandoned keep. It's a little more dangerous there, but he might be able to find something good. So we'll move him 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the abandoned keep. Victor encounters the space, and he draws the card Midnight Meeting. Investigation Danger. Making contact with some of the local ruffians, you set up a late-night meeting in hopes of gaining some valuable information. Roll a d6 and add your honor. If the total is 6 or less, take a layer card for free. Otherwise, immediately roll once on the villain's minion chart. All right. All right, Victor has an honor level of 3. He also gains +1 for his strength of courage, so we got to get a number of 6 or less total. Okay, we'll be adding 4 to the result. We rolled a 1. That's a 5. And it says here we can draw a layer card for free, so we might as well and see if it might be better than the one we have. Here is the layer card draw. This time it is at the church. And that costs 2. It's the same as the covered bridge. It says, at the start of the showdown, you must make an honor 6+ test. If failed, Reverend Harding joins the villain as an evil elder. In the cooperative game, choose one hero present to make the test. I think we'll keep the covered bridge card that we have. That will be just fine. And that is going to complete the hero phase. We'll move on to the villain phase. All right, the minions are going to move. We have a Walking Dead at the monastery, so we're going to take the shortest path back to the town hall. So the Walking Dead is going to move to the north dock. That will be faster than taking the other way around. We have another Walking Dead at the shipwreck, and fastest route for him will be to go through the icy waters. And now the Necromancer's Eruption of the Dead will kick in. We have to draw 2 layer cards and place 2 Walking Dead. First one is going to the covered bridge. Oh, that's not good. The next one goes to the Forgotten Island. All right. And now we're going to make our cooperative mystery phase chart roll. We've rolled an 81. And 81 reads, the ravens gather. A murder of crows descends upon the town. Each hero in a town space must pass a cunning 5+ test or discard an item due to the unsettling omen. All right. Well, the only hero that is in a town space is Adriana. She's at the town square. Fortunately, the other members are outside of the town. So she's going to make a cunning 5+ test. Adriana has a cunning of 3 and the compass, which gives her +1. So she'll roll 4 dice for the test. She needs a 5 or better. And she's done it. She's got a 5, so no damage to her. That's great. And now it's our mystery card draw, and it's murder. The villain is struck again. Place 3 investigation on the board at a random location and move the shadow track 1 step closer to darkness. The shadow track is now at 2. We can't hardly wait anymore for the showdown. All right, we're going to find out where this occurs. And it's going to happen at the Old Woods. So we'll place 3 investigation at the Old Woods, and then the Necromancer's zombie plague will have to be rolled for to see if a Walking Dead will appear there as well. So we'll make the roll. And the roll's a 2, so just the 3 investigation at the Old Woods. That's great. So that's going to bring the round to a close. We move the first player marker to Jack Fellows, and he will begin the next hero phase. He's currently on the road space to the east of the abandoned keep. Jack has rolled a 1 for movement, and that will entitle him to an event card draw. He draws the event Escape. Play at the end of any showdown fight round in which the hero did no wounds to the villain. Roll a d6 on a 3+, the villain escapes, and the showdown immediately ends. Or prevent all wounds a town elder is about to take. If part of a hunting party, they are removed from the fight. All right. All right, Jack only has 1 movement point. I guess we'll head him back towards the doctor's office and maybe he can get healed up there. He's still carrying 2 wounds. And that's going to complete his activation. We'll move on to Lucy Henbrook. She's at the bog. All right, Lucy has 4 movement points, her and Abigail, and I think she's going to move to the covered bridge to try to clear out that walking dead there. There is a militia there. So we'll have them move 1, 2, 3, and 4, and she's going to confront that walking dead there. All right, Lucy and Abigail and the militia are going to fight against the walking dead at the covered bridge. Lucy has a combat value of 2. She's going to earn an extra 1 for the militia. She has a total of 4 wound boxes plus the 1 from the militia. And the walking dead will get their normal 4 dice. And they only hit on 6s though. So, all right, let's start the first round of combat. I hope we can win this without too much damage here. Okay, here is the roll. Lucy has done 1 hit, which is great. The walking dead have none. So we'll mark the walking dead with 1 hit, and Lucy's going to stick it out, and we will start round 2 now. Okay, here is round 2. And Lucy has done 3 hits. It is amazing. 2 6s and a 5. The walking dead have done no hits. She's killed them. That is great. That's going to earn her 3 investigation. Outstanding. That moves Lucy up to 10 investigation. And now she's going to encounter the space. And we'll have her make a roll and see if she gets an event card. Now, in place of encountering the space, we could use our layer card and bring the Necromancer to battle. I don't think we're going to have a very good chance of anything happening with that. We don't have much in the way of attack, but Shadow Track is at 2. So if something happens that moves the Shadow Track down 2, we're just going to lose. So I think not much of a choice in it. Lucy's going to use the covered bridge card, and she's going to pay 2 investigation, and then she will invite all of the other members to join. So all of the other heroes have paid their 2 investigation. They're taken from wherever they are on the board, brought to that location at the covered bridge, and now we are going to have a showdown against the Necromancer. So the Necromancer and his servant, formerly the Widow Jessica, is now the Collector, and we're going to have a battle for control of Shadowbrook. First step is the heroes can reorganize themselves, trading equipment, and then we will decide on what type of hunting party we're going to put together. Well, we're going to leave the equipment as it is, and next step is to decide on the hunting party. We can invite up to 2 elders. We've researched some of them, but unfortunately additional shadow cards, secret cards, have been brought into play, so we can't be certain about what we've got. Well, this is kind of a big risk because we don't know the status of these elders, but I've invited Lord Hanbrook and Magistrate Croft, and we'll have to find out what their secrets are. Now, we know that Magistrate Croft is a hero of the people, but he has one other card that we don't know about, and we're going to reveal that next. And we got lucky. Magistrate Croft has inner strength. A fire burns in the heart of this town elder. With a warrior's spirit and hero's courage, they are a natural leader and a powerful ally. During a showdown, the hero gains +2 fight dice as well as the town elder's normal special ability. That is awesome. Next, we have to find out the disposition of Lord Hanbrook. We have no idea what the secret is. And we'll turn it over and see what we've got. And unfortunately, it's a darkest secret. the Elder is either in direct control of the villain or is the villain. When revealed, the Town Elder flips to become an evil Elder, joining the villain. And it says, do not discard this secret. The villain gains an extra +1 combat, and worse yet, this evil Elder may not be targeted in a fight. Oh boy, that was nasty. I'm going to see if I have any cards I can play to stop this. And unfortunately, I have no cards I can use to stop it, so that means that Lord Handbrook is going to change over to the Lord of Madness. Every event card played is canceled on a d6 roll of 1 or 2. That is his special ability. Oh boy. And I think as this is going to be the final showdown, even if I survive this somehow and we don't kill the Necromancer, Shadow Track is at 2, so we wouldn't have very much ability to continue the game after this. So I think what I'm going to do is reset this up on the back of the middle board, and they'll give us more room and space to play out the showdown. All right, we're ready to begin the final showdown. I'll get you the breakdown on what's happening. We've got the Necromancer. He currently has 20 health boxes, and he's gained an extra 2 for the tokens and an extra 2 for the Lord of Madness. So he's going to be at 26 health. He's also going to gain 1 extra health for the Collector, and that's going to be 27 health. Now the Lord of Madness cannot be targeted as a evil Elder during the fight. He's going to have to be the second last casualty. The Collector can be targeted, so that will probably be a good choice for us to do that. Right now, we have 1 modifier that's happening. The Chill Wind is still in effect. That means we're going to be -1 fight dice, unless there's a way I can somehow cancel that card. On our side, Lucy is going to be partnered up with Magistrate Croft. She has the highest amount of health boxes, and that will keep her around the longest. She's going to gain +2 fight dice because of Magistrate Croft's inner strength. Victor Danforth is going to be paired up with the Militia. That'll give him a +1 combat and 1 wound box. Adriana will be paired up with Abigail. And then we have the wounded Jack Fellows. He's by himself. He has currently 2 wounds. So any wound against him is going to be pretty much fatal. Shadow Track is at 2. Now, unfortunately, if one of the Town Elders is killed during the battle, that's going to move the Shadow Track down 2, and we're going to instantly lose. So I'm going to try to keep Lord Handbrook around for 1 round, and then we'll probably send him home. We'll see what happens. So we're going to begin the first fight round of the showdown, and that's going to be Lucy Handbrook. Now Lucy also gets to use Magistrate Croft's special ability at the bottom. Gain +2 fight dice against any beast, man, or construct. So that'll be his 2 from the inner strength +2 for his normal special ability. So Lucy will be rolling 2 dice for her own combat. She'll get 2 from inner strength and 2 for Magistrate Croft, giving her a total of 6 fight dice. So we'll give Lucy 6 fight dice. The Necromancer has a combat level of 5. So we'll give him his 5 combat dice. He's also going to gain an extra 1 for the Lord of Madness's Darkest Secret, and 1 each for the combat tokens, and 1 extra for the Collector. So that'll be a total of 4 additional dice. All right. Now I think Lucy is going to use some of her combat dice to target the Collector. And I think what we'll do is I'm going to substitute 2 darker blue dice into these lighter blue, and these 2 are going to be targeting the Collector. The Necromancer also has to do the same, but He can only target one die against that, and we'll use this orange die in place of a red die. And that orange die is going to reflect the attack on Magistrate Croft. And I'm going to begin by rolling Lucy's attack dice. And we're going to hit on 5s and 6s. Okay, here's her attack. We have a cocked die, we'll re-roll that. And she has a total of 3 total hits. One of which is going to target the collector, and that would take her out. We're going to check to see any event cards that we could play. Now we do have a teamwork card, but I think we'd probably be better served keeping it as a defensive card. We could either get +2 fight dice for each other hero in our space, or prevent up to 3 hits to any other hero or town elder in our space, including elders in the town party. So I think we'll keep it for that. So that is Lucy's attack roll. Now the villain will roll his attack dice. The orange die is going to be targeting Magistrate Croft. Okay, here is the roll. All right, and he's got quite a few hits here. Not good. Not good. All right. Well, he's got a hit on Magistrate Croft and 4 hits on Lucy herself. We can't let Magistrate Croft go down because if he dies, the shadow track immediately will move down 2 and we would lose the game. So we're going to have to find a card here that can prevent the damage to him. We do have the teamwork card, but I'd like to save that for something else. Let me take a look. Well, I guess Lucy's going to play this teamwork card, and it says play to prevent up to 3 hits to any other hero or town elder in your space, including town elders in your hunting party. So one of them will be used to cancel the hit on Magistrate Croft. 2 others will be used to get rid of the other 2 hits that are on Lucy. So this will be the final computation for that first round. Lucy is going to do a total of 3 hits, of which one of them is applied to the collector. So the collector is now dead, and that means that the villain is going to lose 1 combat and 1 wound box. Lucy has to take a total of 2 hits. So we will mark Lucy with 2 hits. She has a total wound capacity right now of 4. So 2 of them are used right now. And that brings the first fight round with Lucy to a close. We'll move on to Victor Danforth. All right, unfortunately, Victor only has a combat value of 1, and he's going to gain an extra 1 for the militia. And that's the extent of his combat ability. Pretty meager. All right, and those should be blue dice, of course. And now the villain. He has 5 for his base. He's going to gain 1 more for the darkest secret of the Lord of Madness. And I forgot the chill wind. We have to lose 1 die for that. Oh boy, this is terrible. So those will be the dice pools. And we'll roll those out and see what happens. This is not good. 1 die for Victor Danforth. Oh boy. Well, wait a minute. Now, Victor does have a couple of those research tokens. Let's see if those can help him. Victor also has research tokens 1 and 2. And the first one is counter magic. Hero possessing counter magic is immune to the effects of the Necromancer's sorcery ability. Incidentally, Lucy Hanbrook was immune to that as well. She had over 8 or more of combined spirit and cunning. So Victor Danforth also has that. He has a total of 9 right now. He also has the talisman of Comet F. The wearer gains +1 dice roll modifier on fight rolls when combating minions with the keyword undead. Well, unfortunately, none of these minions that he has are considered undead. So that is the extent of the dice pool. 1 lousy die. So we'll roll that for Victor. And oh, and the militia gives him 1 as well. But yeah, I forgot. They lose 1 because of the chill wind. So he gets 1 die. Here's his roll. Rolled a 4. That's a miss. Now the Necromancer is going to attack. He has a total of 5. And then he gains another 3. So that's what his dice pool is. Oh boy. Okay, here is the roll. And he's got 3 hits. That's what he's got. So Victor is going to take 3 hits. And 2 of them will be placed on his card. The other one will be placed on the militia. All right. Next, we'll move on to Adriana. She has a combat level of 3. I should be using the blue dice, of course. 3. And that's it. She doesn't gain anything for Abigail Stern other than 1 extra wound box. And then the chill wind kicks in. We have to lose a combat die for that. So her dice pool will consist of 2 dice. And the Necromancer has his normal 5 and +3 for the Darkest Secret and the combat tokens. That's where we're at. Okay, we'll give these a roll. Adriana gets a first strike, so any damage would be applied immediately. And she rolled 2 hits. That is awesome. So we're going to give 2 hits to the Necromancer. So we'll put 2 hits on him. We can't target the Lord of Madness, so that makes it a lot harder. Now the Necromancer's attack on Adriana. She has a total of 4 wound boxes. And he's done a total of 3 hits to her. All right, so we're going to mark her with 3 wounds for the time being. And let's see if we've got any cards we can use or special abilities for her. No, not at this time. The only thing she can use is her enhanced senses. She can pay 2 investigation to force the opponent to re-roll 1 of the dice. I guess she might as well do that. She'll pay the 2 investigation and then force them to re-roll that 6. And if they can forego the hit, it would save her 1 wound at least. Results of 1, so we've done that. We're able to get rid of 1 wound on her. She's going to take a total of 2 wounds. All right, I'll mark her down. And that is going to end that part of the round. We'll move on to Jack Fellows. Jack has a combat level of 4 when you add in his pistol. And that's all he's going to get. 1 point will be used up for the chill wind, so we're down to 3. Necromancer has his 5 and his extra +3 for the other cards. So here is Jack's combat roll. He's a duelist, so he can re-roll the misses. He's got 2 hits. He'll use his duelist and re-roll. And he has 2 hits. That's it. Now the Necromancer will roll. And he has rolled only 1 hit. That's amazing. So we're going to apply 2 more wounds to the Necromancer. That puts him up to 4. And unfortunately, I cannot stop that hit from the Necromancer, and that is going to KO Jack Fellows. There's nothing I can do about it. What we can do is play this Avenging the Fallen. Play during a fight round to gain +2 fight dice for each dead... Play when a hero is KO'd during a showdown. All other heroes are +2 fight dice until the end of that showdown. So we'll add that card to our side. And that's going to complete the first showdown fight round. Now we can do any healing if we had that ability, or exchange equipment. Now, one thing I do have is 2 escape cards. And so that kind of protects Magistrate Croft to some extent. It says, prevent all wounds the town elder is about to take. If in a hunting party, they are removed from the fight. So we don't have to worry about his death ending the showdown for us, at least. So that's good. We'll move back now to a new round, new showdown fight round, starting with Lucy. I just remembered Lucy has this lucky ability, and it says once per fight round, you may force her opponent to re-roll one of his fight dice. I should have done that in the first round, so I'm going to have him re-roll one of his successes, and if we can prevent that, Lucy would gain back a wound. No, he still had a hit, so he's got the 2 there on her. She has this special ability, Youth, heals 1 wound at the start of each of her turns or showdown fight rounds. So Lucy will heal 1 wound at the start of this next round. Lucy has a total combat of 2, plus 2 for Lord Hanbrook, for Magistrate Croft, and 2 more for his normal ability. So she has a dice pool of 6 there. We're going to lose 1 because of the chill wind. And then the Necromancer will have his. He's going to have a total of 5 plus 3. And one of them is going to be targeting Magistrate Croft. We'll use the orange die for that. Okay, we'll make the roll and see what happens. Here's Lucy's attack. And she's got 2 hits, which is something at least. All right. Here's the Necromancer's attack. And he has only 1 hit, whether you believe it or not. That's amazing. So Lucy's going to apply 2 more hits to the Necromancer. That'll move him up to a total of 6. Lucy is going to gain 1 hit. And she's going to use that special ability, Lucky, and force that die to be re-rolled. And we'll see if we can maybe escape her taking any wounds at all. That's amazing. Here's the re-roll. And it's a miss. So she's going to take no wounds. So the Necromancer has 6 wounds on him of his total of 22, 4, 5. So a little over 20% of what we need to kill him. I don't think this is going to end in our victory, but we'll try. Okay, that's going to end Lucy's round, and we'll move on to Victor Danforth. Victor gains his 1 combat and 1 for the militia. 1 is removed for the chill wind. And the Necromancer gets his 5 plus his extra 3. And those are the dice pools. So Victor will make his roll. It's a miss. And the Necromancer will make his. And he's got a total of 3 hits. I just remembered Victor should have gotten an extra +2 for this Avenging the Fallen, so we'll work that out. Right now, Necromancer has 3 hits. All right, and we're going to get 2 more now that we can roll because of the Avenging the Fallen. That's for the entire showdown. He's got 1 hit. Okay, so, and to be honest, Lucy should have also gotten that too, so we'll roll 2 more dice for Lucy. Take everything we can get. No hits. Okay, so right now, that's how it stands. 1 hit for us, 2 for the Necromancer. Well, there are no event cards that will be useful at this point, so we're going to put another wound on the Necromancer, moving him up to 7. And Victor is going to take 3 wounds. There's nothing I can do. That is going to KO him. We'll move on to Adriana. She has 2 wounds out of her total of 4 health boxes, so I don't think she's going to last much longer. She has a total combat level of 3. She gains 2 for the Avenging the Fallen, and she loses 1 for the chill wind. Necromancer gets his 5 and his additional 3. And that is the status. We'll make the roll now. Adriana's going to use her fast strike, so she'll go first. And she has 1 hit. 3 threes, or 3 fours rather. Here is the Necromancer. And he has rolled only 1 hit. That is absolutely amazing. All right, Adriana is going to take a wound. It puts her at 3 of her 4 health boxes. She also inflicts an additional 1 on the Necromancer. He is at 8 of his 25. And that's going to bring the round to a close. Jack Fellows is already KO'd. So we're going to start a new round with Lucy Hanbrook. Lucy's going to use her youth ability to heal the 1 wound that she has. And then we'll form her dice pool now. She gains 2 for her normal combat. She gets 2 more for the Avenging the Fallen. And she gains 2 for Magistrate Croft's ability and 2 more for his normal ability. So that's her dice pool. We have to take 1 away for the chill wind. So she'll be rolling 7 dice. Here's the dice pool for the Necromancer, 5 and 3. And 1 of those is going to be used to target the Magistrate. Okay, we'll start out with Lucy's attack. And she's done a total of 3 hits. 3 hits. All right. Here's the Necromancer's attack. And he's done quite a few. He's got 3 hits, 1 of them on the Magistrate. So we can't allow that to happen. So Lucy will have to play the escape card. And that says, prevent all wounds a town elder is about to take. And then if it's a hunting party, he's removed from the fight. And that's what's going to happen. So Magistrate Croft has been sent back to town. And we're going to lose him. So that'll take care of that die. 2 hits are going to go on to Lucy. She can force them to re-roll 1 of the hits against her using her lucky ability. We'll do that. And it's a miss. So right now, that is the status. Lucy is going to take 1 wound. And the Necromancer is going to take 3. So that will move that up to a total of 11. Is that right? Wait a minute. Oh. I'm going to have to go back and look. I pulled those wound tokens out already. Hang on. Yes, that is correct. He has a total of 11 wounds on him now. That will finish up Lucy's attack. We'll move on to Adriana. She's kind of on her last legs here. She has a dice pool of her normal 3 combat. She gains 2 for the Avenging the Fallen. And she loses 1 for the chill wind. He has his normal 5 and his 3 for the Lord of Madness. And we'll make the roll and see what happens. Adriana will be using her fast strike. And she's managed 1 hit. So 1 hit will be immediately applied to Necromancer. He's at 12. Now his attack. She can only sustain 1 more damage. And he's done it. He's got 3 hits on her. Nothing I can do to stop it. So that is going to KO her. Incidentally, Abigail, all she did was give Lucy an extra health box, but this is all past that already. That ends the showdown fight round. All that's left is Lucy. She's the only one left, and she's by herself now. All right, Lucy is going to gain her normal 2 combat dice. She gets 2 more for the fallen, avenging the fallen. And that's it. She's going to lose 1 because of the chill wind. So she has a dice pool of 3. That's what she's got. Necromancer gets all of his dice. And we'll make the roll. Lucy has a total of 3 health boxes left. Here's the roll. She's got 2 hits. That is amazing. She's a fighter, I'll tell you. So 2 hits. And now the Necromancer. And he's done a total of 3 hits to her. She can force one of those to be re-rolled. And incidentally, at the start of the round, she healed a wound because of her youth, so she was actually undamaged at this point. She'll force the re-roll of one of the hits, and that's a miss. So right now, we've got 2 hits on either side. We'll place 2 more hits on the Necromancer, and 2 hits on Lucy. And that is going to complete the round. Lucy is going to re-heal 1 wound at the start, and we'll continue on. She might have a chance. I mean, there's a chance that she could do this, but it would be amazing. The Necromancer would have to really be rolling very poorly. Okay, Lucy will have her normal 2. 2 more for the Avenging the Fallen. She loses 1 for the Chill Wind. And then he gains all of his normal ones. Okay, here's Lucy's attack for a new round. Nobody else left. She scores 1 hit. All right. Now the Necromancer. And that's probably going to do it. He's got quite a few hits here. He's got 5 of them. She can force him to re-roll 1 of them. She'll do that. And that's a miss. So he's got 4 hits, she has 1. Incidentally, since this was a new round, Lucy should have used her youth to heal that wound that she had. So that's how, this is the current situation. Another wound is going to be applied to the Necromancer. That'll move him from 14 up to 15. All right. Lucy has to take a total of 4, and I think that is going to finish her off. Yes, it is. She has only a total of 3 health boxes left because of after the Magistrate Croft left, she lost 1 of those. So that will finish her off, and we've lost the game. So, thank you so much for joining me at the Solo Gamers Club. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough of A Touch of Evil. As a post-mortem for the game, I think I once again waited too long. I should have started moving assets to the coast board. We lost a lot of points on the shadow track due to just too many minions on that board. And I didn't have an easy way to get over there, and I didn't really foresee that. So in your games, always try to spread these characters out so that you can cover multiple parts of the board if you're playing with the expansions like I am. And then it just became kind of a spiral. I was kind of going after all of these minions, trying to keep that in check, but then in turn, I didn't develop my characters properly, and they just didn't have a whole lot of combat ability. So that's kind of what happened as far as I can tell. But what a great game, and very thematic and a lot of fun to play. So this is Keith from the Solo Gamers Club signing off and wishing everyone a pleasant evening. And I look forward to seeing you again for our next video. Thanks and have a good evening. Good night.